Welcome class 6. Today we start with the new chapter decimal fractions. So if there is a fraction with numerator, any of the number in the numerator, but in denominator if we have 10 or 100 or 1000 or 10,000 and so on, here in the denominators we have the numbers in terms of the power of 10. For example, 10 to the power 1 is 10, 10 to the power 2 becomes 100, 10 to the power 3 is 1000 and 10 to the power 4 is 10,000. Similarly, 10 to the power 5 becomes 1 lakh and it moves on. So if you have any number in the numerator, okay, there can be any number in the numerator, but in the denominator if we have the powers of 10 like 10, 100, 1000, 10,000, lakh, 10 lakh and so on, then this kind of fractions are called the decimal fractions. So why decimal fractions? Because 2 by 10 can easily be converted into a decimal number like 0.2. Okay, we all know how to convert a number or fraction like this into decimal number. So here there is 1 0, that means in front of one digit we'll put the decimal point. So 2 becomes 0.2. Similarly, 23 by 100 becomes 0.23 because there are two zeros down there in the denominator. So in front of two digits, we'll put the decimal point. Similarly, 458 by 1000 becomes 0.458. Okay, three zeros and three digits after the decimal. And 79 by 10,000 becomes 0.0079. There are four zeros over here. So in order to make four digits after the decimal, we'll put two zeros in front of these numbers. So 79 and two zeros in front, and we'll put the point so that after point there are four digits. So it becomes equal to 0.0079. That's why this kind of fractions are called as decimal fractions. Decimal places. So here we take any decimal number like 14.2583. This 14 is a whole number. So if we look at this 14 of this decimal number, then it will be called as the integral part. And this part after the decimal, that is 0.2583, this part is called as the decimal part. Here, since there are after the decimal there are four digits, so we say that the decimal place of this decimal number is 4. So 1 2 3 4, after decimal there are four digits, so the decimal place is equal to 4. Let's try to understand this with another example as well. Over here 3.735, after decimal we have got three digits. So after decimal, if the number of digits are 3, then we say the decimal place is equal to 3. Now here, there is a number 3.735, another decimal number 17.286, and 1546.921. If we look properly, then after the decimal, there are three places. So three decimal places out here. After decimal, three decimal places. That means after decimal, the number of digits in these decimal numbers are equal. So when we have this kind of decimal numbers who have the same number of decimal places, then we say these kind of numbers as like decimal numbers. So like decimal numbers are those numbers with same number of decimal places. Okay. And similarly, if we have this kind of numbers like 4.35, 56.8956, or 352.37452, so if you look properly, then here we will see that after the decimal point, the number of digits are not same. So here the decimal places are not equal. So this kind of decimal numbers are called unlike decimal numbers. Now conversion of unlike decimal to like decimal numbers. So we take these decimal numbers with different decimal places, or let's say these are the unlike decimal numbers. So in order to make them like decimal numbers, we need to count the biggest decimal places. Okay, out of 3, here we have the biggest decimal places out here, this one, which has 5 decimal places. So in order to make 5 decimal places for all these given decimal numbers, firstly we'll take 4.35. Now 4.35, after that we can put zeros, so that this becomes, after the decimal there are, after the decimal it becomes 5 digits. So here 4.35 will have 5 decimal places if we add 3 more zeros. Similarly, in this case 56.8956, if we put 1 0 after this number 6, then we'll have 56.89560, which will be in 5 decimal places. And this one is already in 5 decimal place. Now, after the decimal, we have 5 digits each in all the decimal numbers. So now we can say they are the like decimal numbers. Converting into decimal numbers. Like previously we have said, like 9 by 10, converting it into decimal number will be 0.9. Okay, because 10 means 1 0. So in front of one number there will be the decimal point, so 0.9. Similarly 428 becomes 4.28. There are 2 zeros down there, so 1 and 2, we'll put the point over here, so 4.28. 298 by 1000 becomes 0.298. 3 zeros, so 1, 2 and 3, put a point over here, 0.298. And 49 by 10,000 becomes 0.0049. So 2 digits, put 4 and 9, and put 2 more zeros over here because it needs to be equal to 4 decimal places. So 0.0049 becomes the required decimal number.